Hey, it's Jordan Chariton with Status Coup. Breaking news. Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard of Hawaii has reached 65,000 donors, the mark that she needed to be eligible to be in the Democratic presidential debates. Congresswoman Gabbard needed to hit that 65,000 donor mark to her campaign. She had already hit the other requirement, which was to have 200 donors from 20 different states. So, Tulsi Gabbard, Congresswoman of Hawaii, will be on that debate stage, which, as I've said, and others in independent media that have covered Tulsi Gabbard, obviously the corporate media has had a wide scale blackout of her for the most part. Her voice is needed on that debate stage. I think in many cases, she is further to the left than even Bernie Sanders as far as ending these disastrous wars, particularly wars that are created for regime change purposes. I think that she is very, very not only sharp, but credible on these discussions because she is one of the only actual veterans of war that are running for president. She served in Iraq, Kuwait, and she has seen the effects of these wars that are money making operations. Let's call it what they are. The majority of wars that the United States have been in and currently are in are to steal other countries' natural resources and to maintain geopolitical superiority. Also translated, imperialism. So Tulsi Gabbard on that debate stage is a big, big deal. You guys, a lot of you who watch me, I know, have donated to her. When you have in, it remains to be seen who will be on the debate stage with who. Like, I lost count how many candidates there are right now. So there's probably going to be like a main debate and then a kids table debate. So Bernie and Tulsi might not be on the debate stage together, but Tom Perez has said it's going to be a random draw who will be on the debate stage together. So it won't necessarily be based on who's polling higher. Whether I believe Tom Perez and it being random, no, I don't. So we'll see. But the breaking news is Congresswoman Gabbard is now going to be on that debate stage, 65,000 donors, as well as the other criteria. And this is pretty remarkable. I mean, let's face it. Tulsi Gabbard, the only coverage she has gotten has been negative, painting her as an Assad toady and an Assad apologist. The ladies of The View and Meghan McCain going at her. CNN, when they've covered her, has painted her this way. MSNBC, print outlets like the New York Times, the Washington Post, have they pointed out and really stressed the fact that, maybe her views should be listened to since she volunteered in the army and served in war. I don't know. I don't know if they did that. But what I do know is Tulsi Gabbard deserves to be on that debate stage, and she's on it largely through independent media coverage and grassroots energy and organizing. She did this to getting to this donor mark through her message, through social media, through going on independent media. So this shows you, whether it's Status Coup or other outlets she went on, independent media does make a difference. And I want to just play a clip from my interview with her, which is now 2 months ago, where we talked about the corporate media blackout she was experiencing. Last question, real quick, so you don't miss your flight. Frankly, the corporate media is just Jill Steining you. I'm going to use Jill Stein as a verb. I see articles where you're not even mentioned as a candidate with graphics of those who are running. You got Howard Schultz getting a 1-hour infomercial. He hasn't declared. About one person in America likes him. I could go on. I mean, you have been basically blacklisted. They tried to do this to Bernie, obviously, in 2016. To you, is it because, because you challenge the never-ending, endless war economy? Is it because you don't want a Cold War? Obviously, we run on a war economy. We spoke on regime change, this and that. What would you say to viewers who support you or just progressive, how to combat this? Because I think your ideas are worth being on a debate stage.
I agree. We, the people, cannot underestimate the power of our voice. And as we talk about challenging the status quo, we are challenging the establishment, we are challenging the military-industrial complex, we are challenging both the neocon and neo-lib war hawks who are behind waging these endless regime change wars. But our voices are more powerful than anything they have to put before us. So it's really up to us. It's up to us to be able to make that choice, to take action, and to break through and make sure that this important message is getting to every single American in this country. Because yes, they are and they will try to silence us. We've seen throughout history how when we, the people, choose to stand up to make this change, there is no obstacle that we cannot overcome.
Thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you. Nice to see you.
So I think that says a lot. I think that says a lot of, and this was when she was at the time of that interview, she was not anywhere close to 65,000 donors. So I think that, I think independent media has the ability and the responsibility to elevate different voices, both political and otherwise. And I think this is a true testament. It only took, it was not about how much money each of you donated. It only took $1 each to boost that number to get to that total of 65,000 unique donors, and she got there. So I think that this is a great thing. I hope we have the funding to cover these debates, and I would love to cover Tulsi Gabbard more on the campaign trail. So you know how to do that, statuscoup.com/join. We are now just 14 members away from 300 paying monthly members, and that's to add to our 324 patrons. So overall we have over 600 paying monthly/annual members. So you guys are fueling us to cover the Tulsi Gabbards of the world, Bernie Sanders. We want to do it more. We're headed back to Flint in less than 2 weeks now for the premiere of our documentary, Flushing Flint, which Status Coup members will get that documentary earlier than everybody else. For everybody else, it's going to be released on April 23rd for a small rental fee or purchase fee. But for Status Coup members, you're going to get it earlier than April 23rd and free. And most importantly, for Flint residents, you're also getting it early and free, whether you're a Status Coup member or not. So we look forward to getting back to Flint to cover that critical story. April 25th is the 5-year anniversary of the Flint water crisis. And I can't go into details, but I'm working on something else related to Flint that might even be equally, if not more scandalous than the story Jen and I broke, which was that the state of Michigan's environmental agency was literally cooking and manipulating the water lead testing in Flint and improperly testing against EPA regulations. What I'm working on now, I don't want to go into details because certain nefarious entities watch every video I do to monitor what I'm doing. But let's just say huge, bigly, or whatever Trump says. But getting back to the focus, Tulsi Gabbard has hit the $65,000 mark. She has hit the 65,000 donor mark. She has also hit the other measurements that she needed 200 donors from 20 different states. And she will be on that debate stage unless the DNC tries to move the goalposts. But I don't think they're going to do that or have the ability to do that. So if you are someone that likes Tulsi Gabbard and likes her message and wants it to be on that debate stage, maybe even to push Bernie further left on foreign policy, this is a good day for you. Thanks for watching, and we will cover Congresswoman Gabbard and developments in her campaign as we are able to and as far as you take us. Would love to cover her in the field, her rallies, talk to her voters, all those things. Statuscoup.com/join.